can and now can you like reflection about yourself? You are JCI member. That means you are a leader. You are the leader at the moment, in the future, and you will be the better leader if you can do something to change yourself or to learn to improve, to compare when compared to the leader you admire. What will you learn? What will you improve yourself? And this one is in video work, so you can type your answer on the group chat, on the chat group. Then we can see that's what you want to learn from the leader you admire or the other. So please feel free to give your answer on the chat group. Thank you. So did you write your answer already? Thảo, which one, which quality you want to learn or need to improve to compare to the leader you admire?
Sure. I can share mine with when I was in my group, we spoke for me, I shared my father and the quality that he has was he's somebody with a vision. So he has things clearly planned out. He's always has a vision when he does anything. And in terms of doing, he is able to clearly articulate his plans to the employees or anybody who's doing that particular job for him. And what he says is making sure that he's very clear about what he wants. I myself, I think that I need to develop that skill because it's a matter of also letting other people know that you have a strategy in mind and how you deliver that strategy and also convince people. The hardest part of being a leader, I guess, for me is how to convince people to do something that you are envisioning, but they may not. So you have to kind of convince them to see the same vision and walk the same path as you do.
Okay, nice answer. So your father is the leader you admire, right?
Yeah.
And you will be there in the future.
Hopefully.
Maybe better version of him.
I'm very hopeful. Thank you.
And from Dio Đăng An, the answer is he wants to improve in clarify and strategic thinking. Say what I think and do that. You didn't do that, Đăng An?
Not good enough. So sorry, but not good enough.
So you still have future in JCI and okay, just say what you want to say and do what you want to do. The other answer from LB Alex, if you improve one characteristic or one quality about leadership, which one you want to improve?
Thank you, Trainer PNP Ngọc Diễm. Hi everyone, my name is Alex. I'm LP of JCI Hanoi, Vietnam. The quality that I want to improve in leadership, I think, is the vision that I can give to my team, to my organization, and the second thing I think is the characteristic I want to improve is the strategic thinking. It's the same with the DO and FA. I think it's very important for a leader. Thank you very much.
Yep. So much at JCI and work with the different characteristics. You more like have a bigger point of view, and I think strategic thinking will be come to you.
Yeah.
So as I said before, the effective leader are a set of skill, processes, behavior, and there are a lot of skill we have to focus. For example, So you see me, for example, the first one you have to, the skill you have to have for us effective leader, that's listening, right? Because you need to understand people when you gathering them to as a team. For example, you create a project and you want people to join you, but you didn't listening to them. You just ask them to join you as a part of the project. But how can you understand them enough that you can see their strength and also weakness? You can see the way you encourage them. Is this okay for your for their objective when they join JCI or join the project? So the first very important thing is about listening. You have to listen first, then you ask. You have to have enough information, then you put them in the right place. Then they can express their ability to support you, to have the organization achieve the common purpose, right? The second and also very important characteristic and skill of effective leader, you can evaluate people. When you see some people, you can see that he's okay for this position or he's is wrong for that position. It's very important. Imagine the organization like a picture and there are a lot of bees, right? You have the what the name of the game? Can you help me to explain how? The game, we have a lot of bees and put that together to have a very beautiful picture. What kind of game? Puzzle, right?
Yeah, jigsaw puzzle.
Puzzle, right?
Mhm.
So I always imagine that's an organization like a puzzle. So we have a lot of pieces, we have a lot of people, a lot of characteristics. They also have a lot of color. So if you put them on the wrong place of the picture, we can have the achievement, we can have the results. You need to put them at the right place. But how can you put them at the right place? You have to understand them, their weakness, also strength, understand what they want to do and what you want them to do, and you have to have the good elevated for their responsibility, capacity, ability, and then as a leader, effective leader, you put them at the right place, and they will have ability to support you, to help you to have a common purpose, for the common purpose. The next skill of a leader, effective leader, is assist. Why we need to assist people to be an effective leader? LBLS again, why assist is a very important skill as an effective leader?
I think this is very important because for the one in our team, and for example in our JCI, we have many new member every year, and they cannot have a vision, they cannot clearly understand about JCI like us. Do you agree? And therefore, as a leader, we have to assist them. Yes, and this will the assistant, our assistant is very important, because the assistant will have the new member to move forward and to have many resources to do their job better. I think that's.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. For sure.
Yeah.
When people vote you as a leader, that means you are the older, right? Older than the other people.
Yeah.
You have more experience than the other people.
Yeah.
You have more skill than the other people. That's why you are a leader. People,
Yeah.
people nominate you and vote you as a leader, and that's why you have to support, you have to assist the other people, especially the new member, the
Yeah.
younger member, younger people who just the new one, and they come to the organization to learn. They come to the company to learn and to be better, to be good at their job and earn money. For example, like that. So that's why effective leader have to assist, to support people, especially the new member, the new people just join organization, know the way to do, know the company environment, company organization structure, and know everything, so they can how to say, they can be a better version in their work and in their life. And as I said before, the great leader will build other leader. So that's why the good way to do that, that's to assist them, to support them in their life and their. The other skill and characteristic of an effective leader is about discussion. A leader always create the problem and gathering people to show the problem. Always discuss with the other people to hear the different voice, to hear the different point of view, and to see the different point of view. But they have the good way to gathering the order, the different point of view to have one direction, and they can do that just only one way, discussion, because to the other people. Maybe we will have some very nice discussion, people easy to agree with us, but sometimes we will have very harsh discussion that people will fighting. And how and the way a good leader solve that problem, listening, gathering all the opinion, put it into the room, have discussion, and after that we will leave the room with the certified answer. With they know the way to go, they accept the different point of view, different characteristics, and they continue to follow the common purpose as a good leader can do. So discuss, know how to discuss, control discussion in the good way, and have the purpose after the meeting is very important, and that's make you to be effective leadership. And then very important, empathize. Why a leader need to have that characteristic and skill, empathize people? So can you give me answer? Why? Why they just force them to do the thing that we want? Why we need to empathize them? Mr. Prince, can I hear your answer?
Hello. Good evening. Empathize. I always believe leadership is the process of social influence, which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a goal. By being empathetic to your members, you put yourself in their shoes and you feel what they feel. And I always believe that effective leaders do not simply give orders to their followers. They must also communicate and have that emotional connection with them in order to help them achieve their full capacity, and perhaps being able to discuss the vision and be able to foster collaborative discussion with their team members on how to achieve their visions. And I believe that if you empathize, you build that trust with your members. Thank you.
Thank you, Prince. And yes, that's the answer. Because we are people, we always have mistake, right? And maybe we are not good enough. We think we would, but maybe we not good enough in the job we are doing or in the organization we are served. So that's why, especially we are a volunteer organization in JCI. People don't have the salary to do something, or to lead people, or to follow people, or to inspire the society. We do that because we want to do that, because we are encouraged to do that. We are active citizens. So that's why sometimes we make a mistake. We always make a mistake, and we always learn. Sometimes we don't have enough time to to do everything we commit with organization, right? Dear Dan Anh, sometimes we promise, but then we make a mistake. And as a leader, you have to accept that. You can you can guide people, you can motivate people, you can encourage people to do what they commit to organization, but sometimes you need to accept that they didn't finish it well and they have the mistake. So empathize is very it's not just only characteristic, it's also the skill. You need to learn how to empathize people. So some the characteristics they have in your blood and you feel it, but sometimes you angry because they didn't do it well, but you have to learn how to empathize and accept people mistake, and the good leader accept that and guide them the way to go and to be the better version. Empathize is very important. I don't think I'm good trainer in English. Actually, I didn't 100% confident about my English skill, and that's why when I train you in the other language, it's not my mother language, I feel like a bit shy. But I think you are listening and you try to understand the topic I'm sharing with you, and you also empathize about my English skill, support me to do the best thing in the in this training course. And that's why we support each other, we empathize, and we help each other to be the better version. I always want to be the trainer in English, and now I have the chance to do that. So we agree with each other that empathize is very important skill to be effective leader, right? And the last one is response. Response is also very important, because some people they don't believe, they don't 100% confident and believe what they are doing, so they always ask, and when they ask, they always want the response to support them finish their mission or their job. And also the response also mean that's the leader very responsibility for the organization, always think about the common purpose and always want to make the team work. So that's why when you gathering the first letter of this, công thức là gì hả Thảo?
Công thức formula.
Formula. When you gathering the first lesson of this formula, it will be leader. So please remember, as a leader, you have to L, listening, E, evaluate, A, assist, D, discussion, E, empathize, and R, respond. So you have your formula already? It's a very easy way to remember the skill of leader. Okay. And now, LB, Alex, and Yo Dan Anh always says that they want to improve their strategic thinking, right? So the very important of effective leader, that they have a vision. Why the leader have a vision? Dan Anh, Yo Dan Anh, why we have the vision? You said
because so many things we can see is in the present. Yeah, we can see it. We only can imagine about something will happen in the future, and I think yes, the effective leadership should have a good vision, because this is the different the leader from a manager, because a manager can do something right. But I think the leader is choose the right thing to do. Yes, this is my opinion.
Correctly. The leader always have a vision because they can see into the future. They know where they are going and what they try to accomplish. That's the difference between the leader and the manager. And You know, maybe as a member, you can see which you can see the local organization will go into where somewhere, and you don't have enough clues to build the future. But as a leader, especially the first people, the first important people of the organization, you have to have the vision. You know where you bring your organization or you bring people to there, and what you are trying to accomplish, maybe year by year or maybe month by month, but you always have the vision. And this quality is separate them from manager. As Mr. Đăng An said, the manager do the right thing, but the leader have to have the right picture for the future, and they are able to transform an organization future. So that's very important. You have to think about which what you want to bring. It's actually where you want to bring your organization to, and what is your organization in the future. For example, JCI Hanoi. So we have JCI Hanoi have maybe 50 members already, but you have a lot of costs. You have a lot of activity and a project. But what is the future of JCI Hanoi? In the branding of your community, in the identify of your local chapter image, and how far you want to bring JCI Hanoi, how far you want to impact Hanoi active citizen, how many people you want to impact to be a better leader. So that's the picture of JCI Hanoi in the future. And as a LB, you have to image that picture. You have to gather in people, put people on the right way to support you, to support organization, to bring them to the future, your image, and convince them, support them, motivate them, encourage them to do that. And why the manager are great to get the job done, the great leader to tap into the emotion of order. So this is clear, right? Easy to remember, right? And there are some work that's to support you clearly about the vision of a leader. Martin Luther King did not tell people what to do. They told people how the work would be in the future. He envisioned it. So that means he built the picture. He support people to image that picture, and people feel like they happy to want to be there. They try best to be there. They do anything to be there with them, with the picture who he imaged them. So the leader always have the vision. And now can we discuss about if you are the local organization president, local chapter president, or you are national president of JCI, your country, which the best picture you want to do for your organization, and you want people to support that to do to bring organization to that place.
Okay, now we separate to two breakout room.
And we have 5 minutes.
Okay.
We have to
Okay.
5 minutes discuss about that. Okay.
Okay, let me create.
VP Thảo Trịnh bản tiếng Anh hay quá.
Cảm ơn anh. Em học lâu mà em không nói tiếng Anh được thôi, chắc là mẹ đánh em chết.
Ông Thảo là coi như là native rồi.
Công nhận là native speaker rồi. Nói cảm giác là không cần phải chuyển ngữ sang tiếng Việt như mình thì đôi câu dễ mình không cần phải chuyển, nhưng mà như Thảo là chắc chắn là không cần phải chuyển là native speaker rồi, tức là tư duy mindset bằng tiếng Anh rồi.
Dạ, thật ra là em nói tiếng Anh giỏi hơn tiếng Việt ạ.
Đúng. Cảm giác vậy luôn đấy.
Nói tiếng nào quen cái đấy ấy. Nói cái nào quen cái đấy thật.
Công nhận.
Ok,
Mình
mình
có
có thể
ok, mình
hơi
có
ăn gian tí
mình có
cũng
mấy
được
phút
đấy.
để trao đổi nhà Andy nhỉ?
Anh nghĩ rằng là mình có khoảng 3 phút với nhau đi, 3 đến 5 phút với nhau đi.
Thôi
Mình cứ ăn gian đi. Đội nhà
tiếng
mình
Việt nhá.
nhiều người Việt, mình lại nói
Mình
tiếng
nói
Việt.
áp lực quá rồi. Vào học cùng với cả VP Thảo Trịnh thì áp lực quá.
Thôi, ngoài em ấy đẹp với em ấy giỏi ra thì cũng hơi áp lực tí.
Công nhận.
Ôi
Thôi,
trời, các anh khen quá.
thôi thì chắc là Dũng xin phép chia sẻ trước nhá. Thực ra cái câu hỏi này cũng khó phết đấy. Thực sự là nó cũng không dễ một tẹo nào, tại vì là năm nay tóm lại là lần đầu được làm LP mà còn nhiều bơ ngỡ. Đấy, mới nhậm chức xong bây giờ là được 4 tháng. Thì cá nhân Dũng nghĩ là cũng gọi là từ cái view của mình soi ngược lại cái quá trình phát triển của JCI Hà Nội trong 5 năm vừa qua và những cái gọi là nền tảng mà các PLP để lại, thì Dũng nghĩ đây là cái cảm nhận cá nhân Dũng nghĩ là JCI Hà Nội là một cái chapter mà phù hợp với cái định hướng đi theo cái SDG số 4 là giáo dục và đào tạo. Tại vì Dũng cũng cảm nhận nhá, Hà Nội nhá, làm dự án mà dự án không hề xịn như các chapter Sài Gòn được. Hiện tại đi, đương nhiên là sau này mình nói tích cực nha, leader với tích cực, nhưng hiện tại là cảm giác là không có nhiều cái ưu điểm để chạy những cái dự án kiểu long term như các chapter của Sài Gòn. Nhưng Hà Nội thì lại rất là mạnh về các cái sự kiện, các chương trình hội thảo về giáo dục và đào tạo. Và Dũng cũng cảm giác là các leader của Hà Nội cũng có thế mạnh về training, về đào tạo, và cũng có cái network với rất là nhiều trainer nổi tiếng. Rồi các member cũng thích join những cái chương trình như vậy. Thì Dũng thấy là các cái dự án của Hà Nội bây giờ gần như đều xoay quanh cái SDG số 4. Và Dũng nghĩ là ở cái góc nhìn cá nhân của Dũng thì Dũng cũng muốn là biến nó thành một cái định hướng lâu dài. Bởi vì là quan điểm cá nhân cũng là khi mà mình muốn tạo ra tích cực cho người khác ấy, thì cái việc thay đổi cái tư duy và mindset của họ là cái gốc rễ. Mà một khi mình thay đổi được cái tư duy, thay đổi được cái mindset của họ thì chắc chắn nó sẽ tạo ra rất nhiều impact lâu dài. Đấy là lý do cá nhân Dũng cũng thích những cái dự án hay những cái hoạt động mà hướng đến cái SDG số 4 là thay đổi tư duy, thay đổi cái nhận thức và nâng cao cái chất lượng về đào tạo. Thế thì xin hết, thì cũng không còn nhiều thời gian, mời Andy Đăng An và VP Thảo Trịnh chia sẻ thêm.
Hay quá,
Mời
hay
Thảo
quá
đi.
Dũng ơi.
Mời Thảo đi, năm tới đi em, năm tới đi em.
Em chưa dám đâu. Bên em thì em gia nhập sau Sài Gòn thì thực ra cái mà hiện tại em đang thấy cái mà JCI sau Sài Gòn mạnh nhất là ở trong các cái mảng mà về phát triển thành viên, với thứ hai nữa là về kiểu như là tạo các cái cơ hội, cái platform cho mọi người có thể gặp nhau á, đặc biệt là trong business matching. Tại vì là một cái chapter gọi là dài nhất thì em thấy là các cái mối connection với network của sau Sài Gòn nó khá là rộng, đặc biệt với lại các cái chapter trong và cả ngoài nước nữa. Cho nên là em thấy là cái định hướng, nếu mà em có cái cơ hội mà được làm LP thì định hướng của em sẽ muốn là về vision thì em muốn là JCI Sài Gòn sẽ là cái chapter đứng đầu để kết nối các chapter, các thành viên với nhau trong kinh doanh và cả các cái tổ chức khác nhau nữa. Thì em nghĩ là nó nằm ở trong cái 17 goals đó, thì là cái partnership for the goals thì em thấy là JCI Sài Gòn sẽ mạnh nhất ở trong cái goal đó. Dạ, em mời An ạ.
Ok, thank you mọi người. An khá là đồng ý với chỗ của Thảo ở cái ý tưởng là partnership for the goals đó. Với An thì An đi theo một phần cái câu chuyện đó là An kéo tất cả những công ty ở trong cái group tổng của bọn An vô. Từ các bạn xây thủy điện, các bạn xây thủy lợi, từ cái ông đi làm điện mặt trời, từ cái ông đang làm cánh tay robot, từ cái ông đang làm AI, mọi người cần phải chăm in. Và An đồng ý ở cái câu chuyện đó là mình sẽ nhìn thấy rằng mỗi chapter đó, mình có một cái câu chuyện rõ nét trong cái câu chuyện rằng là mình sẽ cần làm cái gì và mình mạnh cái gì. Thì cá nhân An thì An hay chia sẻ với mọi người cũng nhiều lần, đó là Việt Nam mình đang phát triển rộng rất là tốt, member rộng rất là tốt, nhưng mà đào sâu á, thì chưa được nhiều. Thì An cũng có chia sẻ là có hai thứ. Đầu tiên An nghĩ An cần quan tâm, mình cần quan tâm, một á, là phát triển bản thân cá nhân của từng thành viên. Thì thật ra là mình chưa làm tốt việc này lắm, mình cũng phải thành thực với nhau là như vậy. Thứ nhất là cái số lượng member chịu khó đi học những khóa học mà khá là cơ bản nhưng rất hữu ích của JCI là chưa nhiều, là chưa nhiều. Mình cũng phải
Chính
nói
xác
thật lòng
luôn.
với nhau là như vậy. Và cái thứ hai á, là việc phát triển business và entrepreneurship của Việt Nam mình á, thì hiện giờ có Sao Sài Gòn làm khá tốt, ít Sài Gòn làm được, còn các chapter còn lại An thấy chưa nhiều, vì lý do là ví dụ như đặc thù của Đà Lạt thì rất nhỏ, mọi người làm một cái ngành same với nhau hết trơn, ông nào cũng
Đúng
homestay
rồi.
rồi hotel cái gì đấy.
Chính xác,
Ra Nha
chính
Trang
xác.
cũng nhỏ. Đà Nẵng thì lại đặc thù là chapter rất trẻ. Hải Phòng thì chưa định hình rõ, nhưng mà Hà Nội thì hầu hết là các anh chị move từ BNI qua, chơi với nhau từ BNI, biết nhau ở BNI, cho nên là khi move qua rồi cái mọi người quen với cái việc rằng là ok thôi làm ăn thì về BNI làm, rồi về JCI thì kiểu chơi theo kiểu
Đúng đấy, công nhận Andy nói chuẩn đấy. Nhưng mà Dũng
thì
đang
đó
cố
là
gắng
cái mà
thay
An đang
đổi.
đi quan sát. Thì
Rồi.
An nghĩ rằng là cái lợi thế lớn nhất của mình đó phải là global corporation. Chúng ta phải nhìn ra thế giới, câu chuyện thế giới nó như thế nào. Thì trong năm nay á, An cũng chỉ mới connect được có 2-3 mối từ APDC về, thì nhưng mà An nghĩ là trong các năm tới chúng ta sẽ làm việc này mạnh. Thì thật ra là đợt vừa rồi á, là tính là nhờ Sao Sài Gòn host cái vụ mà business matching của Asmac đó Thảo, nhưng mà mọi người cũng không mặn mà gì lắm. Thế là cuối cùng là thôi thì mình An nghĩ là mình cũng sẽ có nhiều cái cơ hội. Thì nếu
Dạ,
nhưng mà
đúng
tầm nhìn
là như vậy, tại vì cái gọi là cái văn hóa của bên mình thì nó chưa có đi sâu vào cái mà về đào tạo, rồi kiểu như là tìm ra các cái gọi như là các cái thứ để làm á, cho nên đúng là em rất là đồng ý với lại anh An với lại anh Dũng á.
Ok thì anh nghĩ là trong câu chuyện là ở vị trí của LP thì anh đã lỡ xong nhiệm kỳ LP mất rồi, đằng nào thì năm anh cũng đã xong rồi, năm nay anh không được ý kiến nữa. Nhưng mà nếu như mà cho câu chuyện của quốc gia á, thì anh nghĩ là sẽ có hai cái trụ cột mà anh sẽ dành rất nhiều thời gian anh đào sâu. Một á, là phát triển cá nhân, và nó không chỉ đơn giản là mình nói với nhau, nhưng mình phải có thời gian mình làm, là cái nhất. Cái thứ hai á, là phát triển về business của mọi người bằng một trong những chuyện quan trọng nhất là bản thân JCI Việt Nam phải xây dựng được một sustainable finance. Hiện giờ là tài chính Việt Nam mình là bao trắng đời luôn, chắc mọi người cũng biết rồi. Chẳng có cái tổ chức nào mà mỗi năm âm 100 triệu hết đó, trời ơi. rồi cứ đè mấy ông chủ tịch ra nộp tiền. Thì thật ra là mình nhìn thấy rồi, bởi vì chúng ta chưa đủ thời gian để chúng ta phát triển cái business và entrepreneurship. Trong khi mình nhìn lại ở các nước lân cận thì nó rất là khác. Yeah, they have enough time to discuss.
The other group still in at discussion.
Luckily, we have 3 Vietnamese in the group, so that we can speak Vietnamese.
I can see the smile after you come back to the main room. I see your house smile, so that means you like feel very comfortable.
Yeah, we a little bit we cheated a little bit, but that's okay.
Okay.
People understand each other. That's the big objective. So we will have. So can you see me screen again?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now that's okay.
So the effective leader always have the vision. Please remember that's one. So that's why when you build or you try your organization, you have to try them on the right way, on the right place. Don't try them to the wrong place. So that's a very important. So the homework that you will like, you think you are the leader of your organization, local president or national president, because you will be there in the future if you want to and you passion for that. Right. Actually, I have 3 years to think about what will I do for my organization. If I be the national president, I have 3 years to plan about that. And I try to do that, do it well. When I think about the picture of JCI Vietnam have the first Vietnam night in the other country. In that time, people don't think that will be okay, but I did that because I think about that and I passionate about that. You can do that in the future for your organization. Totally believe. The second important of the leader, effective leader, characteristic. That's about courage. Why we have to courage? Because we are the one who think about the future, and the future is not clear at the moment, at the present. The future always have rich and effective leader, always are willing to take risk to achieve goal without no assurance of success. We have to do that. And if you believe in that place, you believe that you can put people together to for that achieve goal. So you have to take the risk to do that, because there are no certainly in life, every commitment you make and every action you take involve a risk of some kind. So we don't choose the safe place. We don't choose the safe thing, because if you choose the safe thing, you don't take any milestone in your life and also in your organization. If you want to do something big, you want to do something that impacts strongly to your community, you want to do something that different from the past, and you focus in the future, you have to take risk. You have to have courage, and not just courage in your heart, it's also courage in the other heart. How you build courage, how you encourage people, do that, don't scare, you just do that. If you want to do that, you do that. Actually the courage in the Latin tiếng Anh là gì Thảo hả? Latin
Latino.
Latin là
Yeah.
Latin thôi ạ, cứ không có cần phải thêm chữ gì ạ.
Okay. The courage in Latin word mean follow the heart. So the correct meaning is follow your heart. If your heart do so, tell you something, and it just like tell you every day, when before you sleep, after you wake up, they ask you to do that, to do that, to do that, and bigger enough to make you will make it happen. Like in love life, when you fall in love with people or you choose loving people, you can say they are no rich, they are always rich. Maybe they hurt, they broke your heart. Maybe you are like belong to each other. But if you take it, you try it, so you will find your true love. Come back to the organization. If you think about that, for sure you will reach a controlling or management, but you have to take risk to achieve the bigger goal. So it takes courage to stand for one belief and goal, and that's also you can see it in JCI grid. When you see five dòng là gì ta? 5 sentence of JCI grid, you see that. When you read that, you see what you want to be, what the person you want to be, what you will follow, what the belief and goal you want to do. And there are no certainly in your life, you do that because you want to do that. You believe in JCI, you believe in JCI grid, you believe in JCI mission and JCI vision. So that's a very important characteristic. And the other one, important không kém, very important, also very important, is integrity. Why a leader has to have integrity? So the answer is very clearly, right? This is completely honestly in everything you do, both with your member and with your community, because you are the image of organization. As a leader, you are the role model of organization. If you are not integrity, how people believe you and how people believe your organization? If you do something, you have to make it happen. And the more important your position, the more integrity you have to and you have to take. And integrity is not just a core of a leader, it's a core of the truthfulness and the core of the people characteristic. So when you work with the integrity people, you always feel 100% please believe. Maybe sometimes you didn't agree with them, you did agree with them, but you always trust them. Maybe you have different point of view, but you always feel safe, feel we are a team with the people like that, right? If you work with the people don't have integrity, you don't know how to believe. One day they choose that way, but the other day they choose the different way. How you believe? So that's why integrity requires that you always tell the truth to all people in every situation. Telling the truth, that different to be rude. Telling the truth, different to be rude. So please remember, when you tell the truth, the way we tell, it shows how effective leadership you have. But you always remember that you tell people, you tell your community, you tell your member always the truth, especially in finance, huh? Because we are volunteer, and the finance structure is very, how to say, sensitive, and that's why in JCI, if you take the responsibility for finance for the people or the communication, you always tell the truth very clearly, very fair for all members. The truthfulness is also the foundation quality for the trust, which is necessary for the success of any organization or the leader. Once again, I want to remind you that you are the picture of your leader. You are the role model of JCI. You are the role model of active citizen, and you will impact people by your integrity. So clear, right? And one more characteristic, very important characteristic, that effective leader has humility. Why we have humility? So Mr. Vin, can you give your opinion about humility? Why the effective leader had humility?
Humility. I'm sorry, I don't really understand what is humility.
Humility means you
khiêm tốn anh ạ.
đúng rồi.
Thank you, Mr. Dung. Yeah, I think of course leader, of course leader has to has humility. I don't know how to say, but I am a person with humility. I mean, I was born with humility, so I think that's clear. That's clear that a leader has to has humility, but I can't explain why. So can you help me?
Anh Vinh nói tiếng Việt xong nhờ Thảo Trịnh sang tiếng Anh nhé cho hoành tráng.
No. We are trying to speak English, and I think Mr.
Okay.
are doing well. And the way he says, not the way of humility. He said that he understands humility, but he didn't know how to explain humility. I think that's a good way of humility. Anh Kim Tuấn, anh muốn nói thì anh sẽ nói được thôi. Okay, 10 anh Vinh nhé. Cảm ơn anh Vinh. And Brian, you still here, Brian?
Yes, I am. I just came back. Sorry.
So come back at the right time. What do you think about effective leader have humility? Are you the humility role model?
Someone that's that like is that doesn't really need their recognition, something like that, and who is that it, right? Yeah. Sorry. I'm kinda in the, so
You need more time for think about that.
maybe ask someone else. Maybe friends can help me out.
I will come back to you later, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Some people, who want to support Mr. Brian, dear Brian, for that question? Why?
I'll try.
So please.
I think an effective leader is humble enough to accept their mistakes and failures. And humility means that the leader is willing to admit that they could be wrong on something, on their decisions, and they recognize that they may not have all the answers. And it means that they give credit where it is due.
That's true. That's the fact of humility. So actually, effective leader are those who are strong and decisive, but they also humor. Humor does not mean you are weak or you unsure about yourself. Humor means that you have self-confidence and self-awareness to recognize the value of order without feeling critic. That means you understand what you are doing for yourself, for your member, for your organization, and also for your community. But you also aware that the other people are doing very well to support your purpose, to support the common objective. You recognize them, you recognize the value of them. And that's also mean you are willing to admit that you could be wrong, even you have the higher position. Sometimes you have to say, I have to admit that I was wrong and I didn't listen to you is the mistake. And that means people will like come back to integrity. When you said that, it's not just only you have humility, you also have the integrity when you can see which are good for your organization and which are not. And you are also people, you're also a human. You sometimes make a mistake, but you can aware your mistake, you can aware the other value in the organization. So the humility will grow up, will grow in, and to make you to be the better leader in your organization. And beside on three characteristics that we mentioned before, the effective leader also have to know how to communicate, because we have one message, but if we communicate different way, so we have different result. For example, when you angry, you told people that you angry because it's not happen in the thing you image. It happened in the wrong way. Your member make a mistake and you yell at them or you complain them. So you don't keep people. People will leave you because they don't feel they have the value in organization, and they feel hurt because what do you say? But also one message, you choose a different way to tell them. You can tell them the truth that it makes some problem for your organization or your project are you following, but you also recognize that they are trying best to make it happen and they do a mistake, and you are here to share the mistake with the other people, right? And the same message but different way to will bring you different results. You have one friend more close with you, understand each other, or you have a member who want to leave the organization. It's the way you communicate with people. So effective leader have to know how to communicating, speaking and listening skill are very important and essential to accomplish being an effective leader. You must be able to communicate your vision, your thought, your passion, and the most important, your purpose very clearly, very humble, very từ đó quên rồi, very integrity and very encourage people to support you follow your purpose. Do you think you are good enough in communication with your member or your partner in JCI? If you think you are good enough, please press 1. And if you think It's also a very important skill you want to learn in the future. Please press 2 because maybe to support your Đăng An will create the other cost to support other people have effective communication. We have that code in JCI training for sure. We have a question from Dio Đăng An. Is it possible to be integrity, humble, why also strategic? Can we do that? Is it possible? So I want to hear the other opinion about that very interesting question. Nó có khả thi không? Nó có thực tế không? Nếu như mà vừa chính trực này, vừa khiêm tốn nhưng mà đồng thời cũng rất là chiến lược, đúng không An? Chính trực, khiêm tốn, chiến lược, nó có đi cùng với nhau không ạ? So, Mr. Shang, do you think integrity, humble, and strategic, we can put it together in one people, in one person, one characteristic? Anh Shang còn đó.
If possible, can you give me your opinion, Miss Caris? Miss Caris, can you give me your opinion?
Caris Young, so you understand the question, Caris Young from Hong Kong. The question is, do you think is it possible that some people, some leaders also have the integrity, also have the humble, and also have the very strategic point of view and thinking? So you think it's possible, Caris?
Last time yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes. I think it's possible, but we need practice to make it perfect. Like practice make perfect. If we can do more projects, we can lead and we can work with different people with different characteristics, then it will be able for us to build up our good personalities and leadership skills as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Caris. I also think that's possible. Actually, the effective leader also named as a strong leader, right? Strong leader, strong is very important. Strong is mean, it's not mean you have the muscle. It's not mean you have the muscle, but you have strong in mind. How you strong in mind? You have to believe yourself. You have to believe in people. You have to courage to accept people mistake and also accept you have the mistake. And you believe yourself, you strong enough that you choose always tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you just have one answer for that, for the problem, for everything. But if you tell not true, the lie, you have a lot of answer. When you talk to the other people, you tell the other answer. When you talk to those people, you tell the different answer. But the truth only have one. And if you choose the truth, that means you believe in yourself. If the good thing comes, you accept it. If the bad thing comes, you accept it. That's integrity. And also, if you believe in yourself 100% and strong enough, you don't care people. You like you don't feel written if the other people have the higher value in organization. You accept them, you recognize them, accept them, and connect them to organization because they will help you achieve the common purpose. And when you have strong characteristic, you will have very strategic thinking. Actually, strategies is about mindset, but it's also about characteristic. If you see everything very clearly, it's not just only the mindset, it's also a characteristic. You will think about that. do that and image that's very clearly. So sorry if my English is not express all my idea, but I think 3 characteristics can put under one person, one people, and one leader. Thank you for your discussion. We have a lot of answer here. It's clear. Thank you, Ryan. We have a lot answer here, and please record that. Then you can discuss and you can think after the lesson. Is it okay? And there are some work. It's very nice. I would love to share with you the personality of an effective leader. 1, be strong but not rude. Strong is not mean you have muscle or you have a big voice, a loud voice. I want to do that. Or why you didn't listen to me? Some kind like that. It's not the picture of strong. Strong is strong in the mindset, strong in the way you go, strong in the characteristic, the idea you believe, the goal you focus. That's the strong, but not rude. You always choose the humble way to communicate with your member and your partner, because as much as you humble, as much as you connect people together. The second, strong but not rude, but the second very nice. Be kind but not weak. You always have integrity. You always have courage. You nice, you kind, you easy to communicate, you easy to understand people, you accept the different kind of characteristic personality, but you are not weak, especially the time you have to deceive someone or the one you believe, you have to protect them, you have to protect it, and you have to raise your voice in case necessary to protect your idea, to protect your belief, to protect JCI mission, vision, and creed. The next one, be bold but not bully. So you understand that, right? Be bold but not bully. And the last one, be proud but not arrogant. So for personality of an effective leadership, be strong but not rude, be kind but not weak, be bold but not bully, and be proud but not arrogant. Also, effective leadership is respect order. To gain respect is very important. People don't always pay attention to big issue. For most people, the little thing matter most. I think you have a lot of experience to understand that sentence. People maybe don't quite pay attention to big issue. For the most people, the little thing matter most, especially the thing connect to them, related to them. They will have a lot of emotion if something related to them, but have the password from order, especially from the order leader in organization. So we need to respect order to gain the respect. And little things shape us into who we are, and they always determine how we respond to the big thing. So let people know who you really are. And in JCI, we have the campaign name Be Possible. That's also the way to respect other people's idea, even different from your idea, from point of view. And one of the big things I learned from JCI, that how to accept the different characteristics. Sometimes we listen to the different point of view and also different characteristics, and two characteristics is conflict to each other very strongly. And sometimes we say, how can we accept the people like that? But the more important position you get, that means the more level of leader you are, you need to learn how to respect order. And the good way to respect order, that's to understand people. You have to put you in the different point of view. When you see or hear some different opinion, if different idea, and sometimes people don't listen to your idea, the first thing before you get angry, you have to understand why Why they act like that? Why they respond like that? What are their point of view? And can we understand their point of view? And you will choose the good way to respond to them. And that's a skill, also characteristic. We learn to respect other people. We choose to respect other people to gain respect. Is it okay? If you agree with me, you can give a little heart on the group chat. And Mr. Đăng An also have a very nice word. A smile can sometimes change course of story, a very small thing. That's why that's why I smile a lot from the beginning to now.
Excuse me, Mr. Hui, do you have any idea?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hui from JCI Central Saigon, Vietnam. And thank you again for your invitation. And thank you, the host asked you to start your video. Okay, start my video. Hello. Can you hear me?
Very clearly.
Yes.
Very clearly.
Right. Thank you. And yeah, and thank you, Jian, for such a very interesting topic, talking about the leadership today. And yeah, I just want, not the questions, but want to know your, your experience and also others' experience in the, for contradictory, like kind, weakness, be strong but not rude, be proud but not apparent, and yeah, because sometimes it's very hard to distinguish, being, whether we are being rude or we are strong, right? So can you share with us some sort of some sort of circumstances and some sort of experience, because there are some people, the way they see it, that we are very rude, but we're trying to communicate and debate based on the facts, but for some people, they're considering we're very rude, for example. So yeah, what I mean here is, it's sometimes I find it's very hard to stay on another side and not being criticized like the guy is very rude or some sort.
Thank you for your opinion and the story. Actually, I was the very aggressive people before. When I see, because I always believe in my integrity. So when I see something wrong, or I see something, some people very rude, or some people act not the right thing, I think, in my opinion, I easy to feel angry, to aggressive. And when I joined JCI Academy, the JCI Global Networking Academy, I learned a lot. So the concept of that year is harmony. Harmony in Japanese, that means we put people together, different background, different characteristics put together, and we try to accept the different culture, different characteristics. And we learn about the four elements. The first one is fire, the second one is water, the next one is air, and the last one is đất là earth.
Earth, yeah.
Earth. So we learn about that. In my opinion, I am a fire. That's why I always want to do something, to finish something, and sometimes I'm fast action than thinking. Sometimes I just see the beautiful picture. I didn't see the reach of that beautiful picture or the way to achieve that. And that's why I cannot accept people that they slowly, they just choose the place they are standing. They don't want to move forward. I don't know. I cannot understand. And sometimes they say some word that like dập tắt lửa. They put the water on the fire, try to make something just like that. Don't make something happen. But when I learned, I joined that APDC Academy, I can see the strength of different characteristics, and also the rich and the weakness of different characteristics. If you are a good leader, when you understand people, even You understand people sometimes rude like me. For example, when I was young, you understand them, and instead you focus on their weakness. You try to raise their strength, and you encourage them. You push their strength together, and as much as you good, as you better, you will find very naturally the way to go, the way to deal with different characteristics, even the way to deal with the rude people. When you see rude people, you can see, oh, they hurt something wrong in their heart. Maybe because somebody didn't respect them, then they didn't respect somebody. So you will, when you understand them, you will find a way to support them, to help them to come back the right version of them. And if they are in the same place, they are understand what you are trying to do, they will be the very nice part of your organization. That's my opinion. Okay, we continue.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Zion, for your sharing, because I believe that JCI is just like, the international organization, and sometimes we have some sort of differences in culture. Let's say, and my own experience as well, because I'm working in the multinational company, so sometimes it's considered to be rude in Vietnamese culture, but it's okay to be a little bit showing off in another culture, like for the British guy, for the American guy, it is simple and it is normal. But for some Vietnamese colleagues, it's kind of it's being considered arrogant, and you see what I mean. So yeah, sometimes I find it's quite hard to be balanced.
So the tip is try to understand them, and if they give you very bad emotion or experience, so just stay away from them. And yeah, sometimes we have to do that to protect your experience, right? And and to focus in which you are focusing and do the best.
Excuse me, can we have 1 minute for Miss Thảo? Only 1 minute.
Okay, I'll be very quick on this. I just do want to have a little comment on this as well. I think there's a fine line between admitting what you're good at. So that's admitting and, having yourself and your hard work recognized. And then there's also, on the other hand, on the other line of the boundaries, there is rudeness or forcing other people to admit that you're doing something well. So I think the only line here that needs to be drawn is what you are predicting what the other person is feeling. So basically, if the other person isn't recognizing your hard work and you feel that you need to be recognized, you're not showing humility. So therefore, there's nothing anything certain about you enforcing your ideas on somebody. If it is, if it is recognized, if there are, seeing what you're trying to deliver, that's great. But if you can't really force them to follow or to think that way, otherwise you'll come out as rude. So I think it all really lies in the fact where what other people feel about the action that you did, or whether they're willing to recognize you. And that's not something that you should change. It's something, and it's not something that you can enforce them as well. It's something that you have to show them through action, and it has to be persistent action as well. It's not something that you just do it one time and then for the rest of the time, the other time, you're not showing the same kind of spirit. I think that needs a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Correct. Yeah, totally agree with you about that. And back to how to gain the respect of people. So as I told you before, respect people is a way to gain the respect of people. But we also have 5 steps to gain the respect of people. Because when we get higher position, we need respect of people, right? But how to make it naturally? People respect you, people follow you, people support you for the common purpose. And now there are 5 steps. The first one it's about the skill. So to make it as your skill, leadership skill. The first one, listening to people and ask for their opinion. Their opinion is not your opinion, and it's not organization opinion. But when you hear their opinion, you understand them, and you will find the way that the organization, the team go. The second way is compliment people on their achievement. Very important. That's the characteristic, the skill of the leader. Compliment people on their achievement. The third one is respect people. Be positive by focusing on the good. So I told you we have DISC, the different kind of characteristics. Also we have fire, earth, air, and also which one? Water. Very different. The fire cannot accept the earth, and the water cannot accept the air, for example, like that. So we need to focus on the good thing of them and rate them by the good thing. Don't focus on the bad thing, because you will feel like very bad emotion when you just focus on the bad thing of them. And be involved, have and care about the other is also the good way to connect and gain the respect of people. And the last but not least, admit and learn from your mistake. When you have the mistake, don't put that to the other shoulder. Don't tell that's the organization mistake. If you make a mistake, you admit that. You learn from that. You accept that people maybe say that you have the mistake, but that's true. We are here to be better and to learn from each other. We make a mistake and okay. That's the kind of integrity, and also the way that to gain the respect of people. And now, are you ready for the situation? I have
excuse me, PP. Excuse me, PP. Yeah, so sorry, but it's now 9 p.m. and maybe can we finish this course in 30 minutes more? Is it okay?
Sure.
Okay.
We have to finish in 30 minutes more. And now we will have one situation, and you can give me your way to show that situation. Is it okay? The first situation, you can give your opinion in individually. So Thảo, can you help me please read the case one?
Sure, I can definitely do that. Okay, so you are a leader of a committee that seeks to create a youth empowerment program. Your committee is made up of a wide range of people. The younger people want to begin with the research to understand the need among young people, while the older people think it is a waste of time and pressure you to move forward with a plan. This causes the young people to threaten to walk out of your committee. The two groups start meeting separately.
Okay. And then how should a leader address this situation to keep the committee together? So you have 5 minutes to think about that, and maybe you can you can separate two groups and have the one. No. You can test your answer on the chat group around 5 minutes, and we can see each other point of view about that situation. Is it okay? And why you are tying the answer? I want to hear the answer from Mr. Ryan and also Mr. Alex from JCI Hanoi. Two people. So please feel free to give your opinion about this case. LB Dũng, are you ready?
PNP, I think it's Quite this question in this case is quite difficult, and I will share the way the way I address this situation. In my opinion, I think to be I think the best way to connect two different groups, young people and older people in this organization is a leader must have the view of different group. And for me, I will meet a leader of older group, older people group, and a leader of younger people group, and I will share my view, and I will connect the different view of two different people to help them understand other group. This is the first step. The second step, I will show to our younger group leader the reason why the older group think like that, and adversely to help them understand other, and why two leader and other member of two different group understand each other, they will be easily to connect and easier to cooperate. And I think it's the best way is my case to address this situation. I think my English is not very good to express in my point of view. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I understand what you are talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Ryan, now your turn.
Yeah, I like the idea of President Alex about getting a representative from both parties, the old and the young group, and to get some idea from them, from the representatives, so that I can address to the whole group about my sentiments. So basically what I'm planning to do, although I respect the older, we just give more, we give a bit of time to the younger people to really get some ideas. Maybe just if it's a 1 hour program, maybe give them like 10 minutes so that they can say their words and their concern. And after that, if I think that their suggestion is not that applicable, I can just give them my opinion, but first the most important thing here is that I listen first to the people, to the younger people, and if it doesn't concern, it doesn't mean something that then I give my judgment or I give my decision. But that's what I'm gonna use in this situation.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for both answer. Actually, when you see that situation, you can see that both group, the younger one and the older one, also have the same common that to create the youth empowerment program and to make it right, to make it happen, to make it successful, right? The same common of the committee, also the same common of the young group and the older group. So we can see the common purpose of both of them, but they have the different way to do. The younger want to creativity, want to be creative, want to be carefully to understand, to research the other people. The old people also actually also that's not problem. The problem is they want to make it happen quickly. So that's why the first you have to convince the old people, let the young people do that. Because JCI, where JCI, we empower young people. We create positive change for young people. They do that, they learn from that. If it's necessary, they will learn in the good way. If it's not necessary, they will learn in the bad way, and they have experience. But we need to keep them in the plan by the deadline. So we show two problems. One, the young one want to improve themselves, want to show the creativity and how detailed they work. But the older people also have the deadline to follow the program and to make the program on time, right? So, and their opinion didn't conflict to each other. It's just the different point of view. And as a leader, we didn't we need to connect them for the common purpose. Focus on the common purpose. You will see the answer. So are we clear about this case of situation? Cái vai trò của người leader là làm công tác nhân sự, còn những công tác chuyên môn chúng ta sẽ để cho họ làm. Thì lúc này chúng ta chỉ cần là kéo cái gap lại, một bên thì sợ về deadline, một bên thì muốn thỏa sức sáng tạo. Chúng ta kéo gap đặt lại cho thỏa sức sáng tạo nhưng mà trong deadline, thế là vấn đề được giải quyết. Nha. Rồi, and the second case is also teamwork, but we don't have time, so you can take the picture of this case. And please, when you before you sleep, please think about that, and you have the answer for yourself. And maybe in the future, you can discuss with your roommate about that one, with your classmate about that one. You are leader of JCI local organization. You see great quality in some of your members to become the leader in the near future, but they are not very active or involved. What would you do to bring out the positive quality and ensure the member have opportunity to test their leadership ability? This case, I think, very familiar in your organization. Some is not active in your organization, but they have very great quality. How should you engage them to the activity of your chapter? So think about that, and I hope you will have the answer. And you will do that for your chapter, for future leader in your chapter, especially the people who are LB. You are prepared for the next LB, right? So think about that. Embrace imperative of effective leadership. Are there a formula to become an effective leadership? So I told you one formula about the skill leadership, both including listening, so you have the formula already in the beginning, right? Every situation can, every situation can be systematical results by a leader who apply for imperative. The first one, build trust. The second one, clarify purpose. The next one, align priority, and the next one, enlist the talent. So it's also the other formula to become effective leadership. And how you can build trust? The first step to help people grow in their ability is for them to trust you. If they trust you 100%, what you want them to go, what you want them to grow, what you want them to involve, they always believe you, and in their ability, they will grow in their own way. Understand what tribe people desire, fear, need, men, and why they wish the way they do. That's why I told you understand people is a very important way. You cannot understand people if you force people the way you do, the same way, the same characteristic. You have to one step back to understand, to put yourself in their place, to understand them, to understand what might they desire, fear, need, and want, and you can encourage them or the other ways to say use them in the good way for your organization. And also show you care and understand other perspective. That's the first one, build trust, huh? That's why we need an equipe in organization. We need the teammate, we need the brotherhood, we need the buddy in your life, in your career, in your organization. Also, you need to clarify your purpose, your organization purpose. Anything can be achieved if there is clear purpose. Say what you want to say, do what you want to do, focus people what you want to focus. Don't take around and make people confused about what's the purpose of yourself, what's the purpose of the organization you are representative for. A good leader is one that constantly remind others of the common of purpose. JCI purpose. What is JCI purpose? JCI mission to provide opportunity that empower to create positive change. That's our purpose. Our purpose is create leader. We need to inspire people and remind people constantly the common purpose, the purpose of JCI. We create leader. We try best to create leader, and then through the good leader, we impact the society. We make the possible positive change. Is it right? Clearly about that. The purpose must be clear enough for everyone involved to understand, especially for the project. At the project, you can join in the communication committee or the membership committee or the government committee, government relation committee, or the finance committee. But you need to make it very clear for everybody they join as a project member. And the last one, the next one, the third one, align priority. There should be no conflict between the measurement of progress and what is important. And the second is what is important is that the teamwork is working toward a clearly defined purpose and not whether you are successful or failing. It's very easy to understand, right? And the last one is unleash talent. How we unleash talent, empower people by utilizing their capacity. We need to see the good thing of them. We need to see their capacity and put them in the place they want. And you also see that they can do in that place. We our job is empower people, understand them, and we understand you can only succeed by relying on the talent of people around you. If you deny their talent, if you don't recognize them, you just do that alone, and you need to finish your picture alone. And do you have time? You have energy to do that by yourself? No, we cannot. That's why we have connection of active citizen. That's why we connect people to our common purpose and the purpose of organization. And the very important that we need to allow people take ownership, give them the chance to have them grow in confidence and ability. JCI not an organization for someone, for one people or for one group. JCI is organization for the whole group of active citizens in Vietnam, in Philippines, in Hong Kong, and in the world. That's why we have the membership, and as a membership of JCI, we have the ownership of JCI activity, of JCI mission, JCI vision, and we are a role model to express JCI spirit, JCI grit. That's why you need to make an environment allow people to take ownership. They working for themselves. They working for the organization they believe. They working for the one they deserve and they want to be. Not working for Alex Nguyễn or working for Phan Ngọc Diễm. not working for individual people. They work for what they believe. And who can be a leader, a good leader? A leader may not always have a tie, a position. It's very beautiful if we have a tie, a position, but may not always have a tie position or a bad role. Yes, these people have a responsibility to lead, but a leader is more than that. Why the leader more than that? Because the leader can be everyone. It can be you. It can be the silent people in organization, but always do the right thing and always support for organization. It can be the person who just silent serve, silent involved, and who support the other person without recognizing. A leader is a one upset of skill and behavior that inspire other to grow in their ability. Maybe at home, the leader is your mother. Maybe she just the housewife, but she says she have the skill and behavior inspire you to go out to do to follow your dream, to be the good person and to be the leader, the bigger leader in the future. And yes, mom is also the leader in their house, right? And now because Đăng An didn't have me time, I just have 5 minutes left, so I need to finish my training. We have call to action. What is the one thing you will start doing now to improve your skill in effective leadership? May you share me one action call, one action that you will doing now to improve your skill? And I would like to give time to all of you, maybe 30 seconds per person to share us about what will you do after the lesson. Can we start with anh Huy Đỗ, JCI Central Saigon?
Oh, here we go again. Thank you, chị Diễm. I would say when we have some sort of debate with our colleagues and the employees, for example, we should base on the facts, not the emotion or the opinions. And also we have to listen to them very carefully to see their opinions. And also what I mean here is based on the facts, not the opinion, because at the end of the day, the facts don't lie, but the people do sometimes. So listen carefully to see the facts and distinguish the facts and the opinions, and the arguments should be based on the facts.
Thank you, Huy. That's also that's also Dio and Phạm opinion. That listen first, listen carefully, right? And Nghe, what will you do after the course to be the better leader in the future?
Now I want to learn how to communicate with others. Firstly, to understand how they say, to understand how can I work with them. It's the first thing I want to do first. Thank you.
Thanks, Nga. In my opinion, you are a very good listener. Maybe you can, about the communication, maybe you just clarify your purpose, your opinion, your objective. Then people can understand you more. That's make you maybe a better leader in the future. Clearly what you want, what you are focused on. And now, Mr. Alex Nguyễn, what will you do? Start doing now?
For me, my first priority is to practice to be a better listener. That's the same with Dio and Phạm.
So as a leader,
because if we are a better listener, we will understand. We will clearly understanding other people in our organization, and if and then if we understood the strength and weakness of our organization member, and then we can support them, we can encourage them, we can push them in the right place to and then they will have more result, will have more courage, will have more belief to be a better version of them. And I think that is the reason why I want to be a better listener. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And then Mr. Prince from JCI Cebu.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, everyone. I subscribe to everyone's statements with regards to listening. I, for myself, I need to improve my listening skills. So first, I need to listen. And for me I believe that an effective leader is a good listener. And for me to become a good leader, I need to observe without judgment and to connect and establish an emotional connection with my peers and colleagues for them to understand me and for me to understand them. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. Better communication skill, listening and understand people, and also open your heart, open your communication to people, to get people understand you, huh? Then Phương Vi Huỳnh nãy giờ chưa thấy Vi phát biểu nè. So what will you do to improving your leadership skill, Vi? Phương Vi. Vi, did you hear it? So we move to the order, huh? Brian, please give your opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to show concern. We need care about them, and we need to make them everyone special. And we need to be better in everything that we do, because we are JCI and we are. And also I want to learn about the harmony, the one, the earth, water, something. It's very interesting. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. As NP and Velodio.
Thank you, Ryan. Actually, I think you can find it on Google. The concept of fire, water, air, and earth is very clearly in Google. So maybe you can reach more information about that concept. And then I would love to hear the opinion from Thảo.
Okay, so one thing I will start doing now to improve my leadership skill, I think I echo the other learners as well, other scholars as well, that I do want to work on my listening skills. And I think particularly empathetic listening skills, where you're listening, not trying to, you're not trying to just hear the other person, but hearing what their point is, what is the what they are trying to deliver, and then understanding from their point of view on why they would think in a certain way. So I think empathetic listening.
Nice. Okay, thank you for all. And the next slide is about very special fit for JCI. Why special fit for JCI? Because in JCI, I want to remind you again, we are volunteer, 100% volunteer. So that's why people want to contribute to progress. However, people need to be appreciated. Even they just join you at a small part, they join you as for example, donate some money or save some time to join your event or to support you in a very simple part of the project. But we need to appreciate them from the little thing to the big thing. And then good leader put their efforts in showing people how valuable and how appreciate their contribution are. So that's very important. We always appreciate, we always respect people, and recognize them for their contributor to our organization. That's very important in JCI. And once again, I want to give you a conclusion about the topic we are learning. The first one, the leader, the formula of leader. The first is listening. The second is elevated. The A is assist. The D is discussion on the right way. The E is empathize, and the R is respond. That's a skill of leader. And then we have the other formula of a leader. That's one, we need to build trust. The second, we need to clarify the purpose for all members. The next one, we have to align the priority, and the end one, we have to enlist the talent. The concept of a good leader: strong but not rude, kind but not weak, bold but not bully, and then proud but not arrogant. And if you have the vision, people will follow you. If you have the integrity, people will trust you. And if you have humility, people will love to work with you. That's the picture of effective leader. So I hope 2 hours in the weekend evening will help you to image clearly about the picture of an effective leader. And I hope that in the future you are the very good, better leader of JCI. And I hope you will success in your JCI career as a member, a local president, or national president. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your precious training course today, the PNP of Jim. I think today is the weekend night. All of us have so many things to do to enjoy the night, but okay, I think today now is a little late. I wish you all good health, and I hope that we can meet in person in one day next month in May 21. APDC have a trip in Vietnam, so that please come with us. And now please turn on your camera, and we can take a picture together before we can finish this training. About Mr. Huido asked, okay, yes, we will share the presentation to all of you. Yes, no need to worry.
Giờ phải cười tươi, buồn ngủ lắm, phải cười tươi để chụp hình là quý vị á.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more, please. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Yeah. See you later, and hope to meet all of you in person soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Nice meeting everybody.
Bye.
Nice meeting
Thank you,
everyone.
Yeah, bye bye, Ryan. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you.
Thank you
See
very
you
much.
next month.
See you.
Yeah.